Oh, with the pinky thing going on there. What was that about? South Texas is in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? It's Friday. Anything good come out of the AMA today? I missed it, totally missed it today, man. I had some bunch of courses I had to go through. Anything good come out of the AMA today? With Alex Mashinsky, that dude sells his network. Unbank yourself. Guys, we're gonna really get into it today. I'm gonna let a few more people hop in. Or hop on, I should say. John Deaton's in the news. The market is, what? I think I saw 2.4 trillion in market cap. That is not bad. That is not bad. Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. John Deaton, holy moly. What? I don't know if you guys caught the video that I did earlier today, but I do want to point out, I have to give myself credit. I did call it with John Deaton in that original motion to intervene. I called it. I said that dude was going to be a major impact on this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And guess what? Attorney Jeremy Hogan agrees with me. He said it's, what did he say? Did he say monstrous, humongous? Attorney Hogan used the word, it's humongous. The ability for John Deaton to, with this amicus, if you will, on behalf of the XRP hodlers is humongous, as Jeremy Hogan put it. So yeah, I gotta tell you, it's good, it's good. Fort Hood is in the house. What's good, brother? What's going on, Crypto Kahuna? It's good to see you, bro. Dr. B is in the building. How are you, my friend? What's up, 416 Crypto? Interesting. South Texas South and AMA was pretty chill. Lots of corporate talk, and institutions are liking Solana. Interesting. So probably coming to sell soon. Live from London today. Oh, they did it, and that's right. He is in London, isn't he? Had his birthday and everything. Indeed, that's right. He did. Right. So crypto strategy, just crypto strategy can make you millions. We'll go over it. Wondering if you deployed this strategy at all. We'll talk about that for sure, because the market is doing some crazy stuff. I saw 2.41 trillion for the total crypto market cap earlier today. I saw that about 2 hours ago. That is pretty significant. I think it's down to 2.38 trillion now, but it was 2.41 trillion. So that's a good, really good mark. I got a little bit of Solana, don't have much though. Don't have much of it at all. So very, very interesting. We'll go over that as well, but we definitely want to share a lot about John Deaton today. I guess got to tell you, we said this dude was a bit pitbull, and he is. Jay Martyr, what's good, bro? What's going on, my friend? Siege, what's good, bro? Are we rich yet? We are. In a lot of ways, we are. In a lot of ways, we certainly are. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. I'm totally pumped for you because you're an early adopter in a new asset class. You're an early adopter in a new asset class. Just ask Goldman, just ask JP Morgan. They know we're early. They know. And you and I, we're playing a game, my friends, that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. And we're winning. Shout out to SHIBA INU. How many of you got some of that SHIB? Some of you got some of that SHIB token? What? And they said you couldn't make any money off of that. They said, what's SHIBA Swap got? I don't know. How many millions how many tens of millions does SHIBA Swap have on it right now? And I think that they just announced some kind of crazy partnership as well. Indeed, it is, Dr. B. Dr. B says, exciting times to be alive and in this space. Man, I tell you. That's right, Crypto Kahuna. If you are here, you are rich, without question. And they know it. They don't want it to happen, but they know it. I'm a little nervous about this quote unquote executive order that may come out of the Biden administration on crypto. I'm a little nervous about it. I don't think that he is our friend in the least bit. I just don't think so. I really don't. I don't think that's going to be a good thing for us at all. I love it. South Texas Celsius said, Crypto Siege fourth quarter digital era is here. Indeed, it is. We know you have keys to the rocket and fueling it up. When are you taking us to the moon? Yeah, I'm excited about Christmas of 2021. I am excited about Christmas 2021. My 11-year-old has 10 million SHIB. How about that? Nice. Nice. I mean, 300% on the 7-day. What? The question is, did you guys employ the crypto strategy that can make you millions? It's possible. Have you deployed that strategy? We're going to get into that as well. Definitely going to do me a favor. Oh, you guys are doing absolutely outstanding and smashing those likes. If you didn't get a chance to do so already, please take the time to hit that like button, then come back and hang out if you're enjoying the stream. Crypto Kahuna's like, hell yeah, I got the SHIB staking it as well. Indeed, I am as well, bro. I only staked a third of what I initially purchased. What do you get for staking that SHIB token, Crypto Kahuna? I don't even know. I just did it to support the network. Isn't that something? I just did it to support the network. Because if you're not participating, what good are you? If you're not participating, what good are you? You just buying and holding? Come on. This is not your 2017 digital asset space. You got to participate. You got to actively participate. I delegated the little Songbird that I purchased with my dirty, nasty fiat. I delegated it last week. I think I was supposed to undelegate it and then redelegate it again. I think I was supposed to do that. I was so busy checking out Phantom that I think that I missed the time to undelegate and then redelegate or redelegate the profits. I don't know. I think it's redelegate the profits. So delegate the profits. So yeah, I got to figure out that thing. I'm part of Mickey B, Fresh, and Patty's top tier Patreon, but goodness gracious, getting time to get in on that has been challenging. What's going on 416 Crypto? That's right. Are you here to spectate or participate? That, my friends, is the question. OE312 is in the building. How are you, my friends? Good to see you. What's going on, Crypto Fitter? Black and Pack is in the buildings. What's good? What's good with you? I'm telling you, it's this exciting time. I was like, man, I got to do a live stream. I was supposed to just do a video today. I'm like, I got to do a live stream. It's Friday. It's freaking Friday. We're going to see a football game, and Sunday we're going out to the Houston Stadium. We're going to hang out there, South Texas Celsius. We're going to hang out there, catch a game. Yeah, absolutely. It's cool to be free. It is cool to be in control of your time and your money. It's a cool deal. I recommend it. There you go. Black Impact said, I swapped the SHIB profits for XRP and Stellar Lumens. How about that? Good for you, bro. How about that? Staking, you get bone, okay, and then you can bury bone for something else. LOL. Gotta love crypto. Okay, so I don't know. The sooner SHIBA swap was live, I staked a third of my SHIB. I haven't done anything with bones, so I guess I gotta, I don't know, fetch the bone and then bury it. I have no idea. I have to find that out. I have to find that out. But boy, that community and the people behind it came out with great intentions. And now they're looking to build something from it. I think that's amazing. Why? Because they had active participation. They created network adoption. Now, surely a lot of that in the beginning were people hoping that SHIB was going to be Doge, sure. But in any case, network adoption happened. It happened. And if you have good intentions as a developer and you're smart and you're sharp, you'll begin to build something even more significant out. And that's why we got SHIBA swap. And we're getting ready to have even more. Yeah, we definitely have crypto kahunas in Texas also. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, we definitely gonna have to hook up, man. We're definitely gonna have to hook up. We're in Austin, but we definitely gonna have to hook up for sure. Yeah, so it's a cool deal, guys. We're gonna go over a couple of things today because again, Charlie Gasparino, John Deaton on Fox Business. That was a really good listen to. I listened to about the first 5 minutes or so. But this new motion from from Judge Netburn granted to Ripple, it's not just what they were previously asking. It's three additional pieces of information. And that is powerful. And it has to do with Hinman. And it has to do with this quote unquote Hinman speech. And it has to do with the quote unquote lawyers that he may not been talking to. I'm telling you, we made an impact, Black impact. We made an impact. I'm telling you. You don't think those videos of DAI and then eventually freaking Leonidas and big time Crypto Eddie and all the great content creators and all of you that continue to find information and then help to elevate the exposure of that information by tweeting and retweeting and commenting on YouTube videos and sharing YouTube videos. And you don't think that made a difference? You don't think that made a difference? Of course it does. Of course it does. You think Fox Business is covering this thing now for no reason? We made a difference. Now, Ripple lawyers and Ripple and Brad and Garland, they're not going to say, oh, yeah, we just hang out on Twitter and we just wait for information to come out. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say that. But how is it that Brad Garlinghouse, literally within freaking an hour of hearing the news being announced by Jimmy James K. Filan initially, not announced it, but he knew it, and he got it to John Deaton, John Crypto Law put it out. Within an hour, Brad Garlinghouse says, today is another good day. Within an hour of the tweet, I'm pretty sure it was within an hour. And Brad's pretty busy. It might have been within 3 hours. But in any case, same day. How is that? It's powerful. John Deaton is this dude is he's a retail investor just like you and I. I wouldn't say he's average because he's a pit bull, but he's a retail investor. There's some content creators that think that we can't make a difference. They think that the powers that be, and they think that CBDs and all this other stuff. Oh, no. The retail guy, oh, no. They can't make an impact. Well, we're discovering that just is simply not true. Just simply is not true. Crypto Kahuna, Celsius, South Texas, Celsius. What? I didn't know that. Man, this is outstanding. What should we get in today? What should we get in today? Fort Hood, that's right, Fort Hood. Okay. That's right. 416 crypto. Great point. The pushback the SEC is receiving from the crypto community is unprecedented. This could be a paradigm shift unfolding real time. Indeed. What's going on, Dan Rob? What's going on, my friend? What's the word, C's? SEC looking stupid and the government is being dragged right along with them. Yeah, I'm a little nervous on what Biden's administration is going to come out with. He might have to get that hashtag like Gary Gensler has. We shall see. Hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. In any case, let's go over some stuff, guys, here real quick. Let's take a little bit of a listen to what should I cover first? So everyone knows that Ripple won that motion. Judge Netburn did grant that allows that makes the SEC provide 3 additional documents to her so she can review those in camera. And she said that they have to provide a public copy. Now, the public copy is going to be redacted, right? It's going to be redacted. Like, we know that. If there's 3 pages and if we get 2 sentences that we can read out of those 3 pages, I'll be shocked because everything is going to be crossed out. But they have to do a public form as well. They have to put it on the public docket as well. Like, a lot of people think that's not a big deal. It's a big deal because it's redacted. They think, well, they can't see anything. But the fact that the viewing public is going to be able to see that the SEC is hiding stuff, that the SEC does not want the public to see stuff, is the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference, guys. I'm telling you. All right. So all of us know that, right? Okay. Jimmy James Filan shared that today. Motion that it was granted by Judge Netburn. The SEC has until October 15 to turn over, first of all, the stuff that they're supposed to be turning over for in-camera review. But now 3 more pieces. 3 more pieces. Ripple asked for these 3 pieces. Judge Netburn said, yep, you got to share these logs. Having to do with Hinman's speech and the lawyers, the law firms that they met with. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Damn, Rob, you're a funny dude, bro. You're a funny dude. Yeah, because people, Dan Rob says, Crypto Siege, I own lots of SHIB and the run was fun, but I'm glad you don't disparage other coins. Very popular YouTuber was talking smack about SHIBA. I won't say his name, but I'll type it. Right? Because they miss the bigger thing. And a lot of times it's, the XRP community has been so wrapped up for years on how awesome the ledger is and the fact that there's real world utility to XRP and the XRP ledger and ILP, that they forget that Bitcoin has zero utility. Zero utility. Network adoption came first, and then they began to think about utility. Tried the payments thing, didn't work out so swell. Network adoption is massive. It's massive. It's massive. Now, developers have an opportunity if they get network adoption, if they start out in the meme world, right? Because it's safe to do that, to start out in the meme world. But if they get network adoption, they can move and pivot to creating a real thing, a real project with a real use case. That's what happened with SHIBA. This is exactly what happened. The dude was like, he wanted to do things a little different. And it caught on. It caught on. Network adoption is powerful. We have to be careful getting on high horses with your asset. We got to be careful about that. That's dangerous. Like, it's dangerous, man. Why? It doesn't make any sense. I want SHIB to win. Why? Because it's a bunch of average Joes and average Jane that are looking to become the new 1%. It's giving them a hope. It's giving them a shot. It's giving them a chance. You're going to take L's in the crypto space. You're going to take L's in the crypto space. But you can recover. Can't you recover from an L? Is a loss going to end you? No, it's not. You're going to learn, right? My mentor used to say, I don't lose. I either win or I learn. Right? I entered this space in the most dangerous space of vertical that you could enter in, which is the lending platform space. The most dangerous. With the biggest amount of scams coming out every other week. I entered in this space through that vertical. That's how I got into crypto. I could have walked away. I could have kept my head down, my tail between my legs because of the L's. Winners aren't made that way. You can recover from an L. It's okay. It's okay. This is our space, man. Our space. Our space, man. And we can win here. So it's okay. Network adoption is awesome. You never know. You don't know. I wouldn't take my mortgage and get into some meme coin project, but I would certainly put some. I personally put tons of money in the SHIB. Tons of money in the SHIB. Why? Well, number one, because I could. But number two, I realized that it could get all profit, by the way. It was from all profit from other stuff, by the way. But I knew that there's a chance for network adoption. I didn't know. I wasn't on the inside discourse, telegrams, and all that stuff to know whether or not the people at SHIB were going to move and pivot to make something viable. I didn't know. But I knew there was a chance for network adoption. So that's what I knew. That's what I knew. Max P, what's good? What's good, bro? Max P said exactly. Too many people are on their high horse. It's ridiculous, man. I thought we was walking away from that. I thought we was walking away from that crap. We should respect all views in crypto. Like why? Why? Look, we all know the ailments of proof of work. We all know it. Doesn't mean they can't pivot and advance and move to another thing. Doesn't mean they can't. What are they? Hamstrung? They can't move? They can't evolve? They can't get better? They can't figure out a better thing? Of course they can. God knows Ethereum is in trouble. It's going to have to figure out some other stuff. But why wouldn't they? Eventually, they'll figure out some stuff. Now, they got a big uphill thing because all these other layer ones like Arbitrum and Optimism, it's going to be challenging. Got Flare Networks coming in doing its thing. It's going to be challenging, but it doesn't mean they can't evolve and grow. They got a big time head start and they got a massive market share. We all know why they got that head start. We all know that. I feel bad in a lot, in a little bit, in a little way, because I feel like, Vitalik got kind of, I don't know. I kind of feel like he just kind of got, how they talk about influence. It's subtle, but it's massively powerful. I think that's what happened with that dude. I really do. I mean, the dude was young, you get some, get this Lubin character coming into this thing, and it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. In any case, what's going on, Keel? It's good to see you. South Texas Chelsea said the beauty of crypto, we can all win and not have to do the same thing as the person next to us. Exactly. You don't have to. There's a bunch of stuff out there. But goodness gracious, understand that we want more options. We don't want less. We want Ethereum to figure it out and win. We want Bitcoin to figure it out and win. That's what we want. We don't want their financial products. We're not interested in what JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs has to offer. Goldman Sachs is not going to come up with some phenomenal decentralized finance for us. They're not going to do that. So if some amazing decentralized finance decides to build on Ethereum, God bless them. Thank God they got a place to go. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me get into the news, man. I've been ranting and ranting. Let me get into the news. Danielle Dean, what's good with you, my friend? Good to see you, Daniel. I said Danielle. Daniel, great to see you here. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Did I miss anyone else coming in? Is a loss gonna end you? The brain is here. What's up, my friend? All right, let me do this. Let's share John Deaton's thing, man, on Fox Business. That was a pretty good deal. I only listened to like the first couple of minutes, but I'm sure it was some good stuff. Let me see. Where do I have it? Where do I have it? Where do I have it? Let's see. I think I got it on Twitter. Man, I'm starting to get back into that Madden. I don't know. Could be dangerous. Could be dangerous getting into that Madden. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is just not good. I got to open this door. Yo, much crypto C's gonna hear me. But as soon as I close this door, what's the best Wi-Fi right now going on? You guys like the Google Nest and the Google Nest Wi-Fi and Google Wi-Fi? You guys like those? I have both, and I am not liking the internet service provider's router right now. I am not liking it. Unbank yourself. Unbank yourself. I got to get going, man. I'm supposed to hit the gym tonight. I cannot slack off. Here it is here. DII shared this video. It's just an 18-minute one. This has been my theory. The plan was to let Bitcoin and Ethereum through. This is DAI's theory. Let them through the door, then slam it on all other crypto. Joseph Lubin kept gloating that the SEC wasn't going to make any more comments on decentralization and that they wouldn't grandfather any digital currency. Let's take a listen to that dude, that pitbull, John Deaton, on Fox Business, I believe, with Charlie Gasparino. I'm not sure who this young lady is here, but let's take a listen. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. Man, I am going to be upset if I don't have the one that I want. God darn it. Let me see something here. Hold on a second. There was an 18-minute one that I wanted to share with you. I guess at 38 seconds is good enough, but I wanted to listen to that together. That dude, Mickey B. Fresh, is on it. Let's see, huh? Man, I thought I had it. I got the 38-second thing. That's not enough. Let's see if he had someone else posted like an 18-minute one. Here it is here. Here it is here. Why was that not? All right. Let's take a listen to this. Let's take a listen to this.
Particularly nascent industries, which, crypto. Sorry. It could be, just so you know. I mean, I'm just surmising off the top of my head, because I've seen regulation in action, particularly in nascent industries, which, crypto and blockchain is, that they literally wanted to put the lid on the expansion of this industry. There were two major players out there, and they really don't want anything more. And then, coincidentally, they all go into private practice. And guess what they do? Well, when lawyers go into private practice, when people leave the Justice Department, they go represent bad guys in front of the Justice Department. Sorry. It could be, just so you know. I mean, I'm just surmising off the top of my head, because I've seen regulation in action, particularly in nascent industries, which, crypto and blockchain is, that they literally wanted to put the lid on the expansion of this industry. There were two major players out there, and they really don't want anything more. And then, coincidentally, they all go into private practice. And guess what they do? Well, when lawyers go into private practice, when people leave the Justice Department, they go represent bad guys in front of the Justice Department.
That is not it. That's the one I already showed you, but that was a good point. Someone had like an 18-minute one, but they're not showing it. Let's see here.
Review, guys. My name is Ellie Terrett, and as always, I'm joined by Charlie Gasparino. But we also have a very special guest joining the fun today as well, John Deaton of the Deaton Law Firm. Welcome. John is the representative of, I think it's 32,000 XRP holders now in the Ripple versus SEC case.
35.
35?
Yep.
Wow. That's
it grows by the minute.
It literally does.
It was 32 5 minutes ago. Now it's 35.
It literally was. So, John, there was a development today. I'll let you kind of tell me what it was, but it had to do with some documents that the SEC didn't want the Ripple team to see. But now a judge is saying that they're probably going to have to turn them over. Can you just brief us on that?
Well, basically, the judges ordered that documents that the SEC has that relate to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP and their analysis of them and whether the securities laws applies has been relevant. And she's ordered it twice, but the SEC has claimed that each and every single document they have related to that is privileged, either attorney-client privilege or what's called the deliberative process privilege. And the judge is currently involved in an in-camera review to review those documents herself, and then decide whether or not they need to be turned over. But what we learned is that there are 3 additional documents that Ripple found out. 2 of those documents relate to law firms coming into the SEC to discuss the confusion and the lack of clarity as it relates to securities laws and digital assets. And then there's an email that involves a chain of email at the SEC where the SEC gave advice to some entrepreneurs about how they should apply an analysis of the Hinman speech to their digital asset. I think it's Ether, but that's me speculating because we don't know which law firm and we don't know which digital asset.
And let's just unpack this a little bit. The Hinman speech is a very prominent speech in this entire Ripple XRP case because it was Mr. Hinman, I think his name is John Hinman, or Bill Hinman? Bill Hinman was the head of corporate finance at the SEC, who came out and gave a speech at a Yahoo conference where he kind of set the markers in terms of SEC enforcement and regulation of cryptocurrencies, where he said, Ether's okay, Bitcoin's okay. But XRP, he didn't mention XRP, but he basically left out the ones that weren't that okay in his view. The fascinating thing about that speech, and I wish I had the copy of it, I don't, but you should read some of his comments. There was a weird comment that he made in the speech. See if I can pull it up, Ellie. I mean, it was like his backhanded way of suggesting that, well, Ethereum might have done something bad in the past that was contrary to our laws, but
he said something like disregarding Ethereum's.
We should get.
He didn't say ICO, but disregarding Ethereum's.
We should really get the exact language, because the language is.
John, you might know. He said
I
something.
know. I get it.
I do.
Give me a second.
Go ahead.
He said, putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the Ethereum launch, and that's sort of the comment that Charlie's getting at. It was sort of this backward recognition of, okay, it was probably a security, or it was a security, but if we disregard that, today it's sufficiently decentralized. That's in essence what he said.
Yeah, I mean, applying the disclosure. Here we go. And so when I look at Bitcoin today, I do not see a central third party whose efforts are key determining factor in the enterprise. Okay, got that with Bitcoin, because that was the first one, right? The network on which Bitcoin functions is operational, appears to be decentralized for some time, perhaps from inception. Probably true. Applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities laws to the offer and resale of Bitcoin would seem to add little value. Now, here's where it gets interesting. And putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of the present state of Ether, the Ethereum network and its decentralized structure currently offers and sales Ether, current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transaction. And as with Bitcoin, applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities laws to current transactions in Ether would seem to add little value. So it sounds like, and I would love to get him on, he's saying what they did in the past would be problematic. They were not. They did not. They did not come to us. They did not register with us. Blah blah blah. That's what he seems to say, and then be saying, "Well, you can't put the genie back in the bottle." Now, unless I'm missing something, and I know, John, you're biased here, and obviously, I mean,
of course,
you're an advocate for something.
Sure.
I want to be convinced that what Ripple did with XRP is that much different than what Ether did. I mean, and I don't see that much daylight between the two. Am I right here?
Well, yeah. Listen, the Ripple XRP ledger pre-existed Ripple, so it was completely functional and decentralized. And then Ripple started utilizing it. Now, the thing that makes the Ripple case interesting, I guess, is that they own 55% of the outstanding XRP. But there's no test in the securities law. The Howey test doesn't have a factor that says, well, it depends on how much a particular company owns of the underlying asset, right? And so I think the SEC, for whatever reason, has come up with this theory that, well, that means every sale of XRP for the last 8 years is a security. But
there's two stories here. There's your story that said, if you bought this thing in an open market, this thing was trading as a currency. Don't wrap us in this. The earlier stuff might be a security, but this definitely is not. I know where you're coming from on that. What I'm drawing attention to is again, I'd like to see them explain this to me. The double standard. Ether was created, Ethereum was created the same way Ether was created, in the same way with a security, with what looks like a security, as what Ripple was created. And why is there this double standard? And it's
and that question, why the double standard, and having that be in mainstream media, I'm telling you, is going to be a game changer. If Charlie Gasparino, who is not, quite up to date with Ripple and XRP and the XRP ledger and all the ongoings, if he's not quite up to speed and he's asking why the double standard, think about it. He's not even up to speed yet on what's going on. And he's asking that question. That is the question that is going to begin to just be shouted from the rooftops. Why the double standard? You can't explain it. This is the thing. This is what I mean by this is what I mean by we made a difference. We made a difference in exposing this collectively. DAI, without question, led the charge and began to come up with these videos and then others began to just discover new stuff. People like Crypto Eddie and Leonidas, and I think even Solomon might have found some stuff, right? And then more and more people just out in the communities kept coming up with videos, kept coming up with information, right? Following DAI's lead, right? And more and more and more and more and more. And then eventually someone listened. But that doesn't happen if we don't believe that we as an individual person can make a difference. Right? It's the power of you and the strength of us. It's a real deal. And I think that's going to be a big time thing, guys. I really, really do. More and more people are going to ask why the double standard. This is not about a developer at Ethereum. This is not about a freaking retail investor who holds Ethereum. This is not about projects that are being built on Ethereum. This is about what, in my opinion, what Joseph Lubin did. Is what he did. He decided to hook up with JP Morgan and Bill Hemmon and who God knows who else. He decided to do it. I don't know what the reason. I don't know, Clayton, Clayton is, don't give the pass on Clayton as well. I mean, Clayton is the one who directed, right? He directed that guy to come up with, kind of that draft of that speech, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought crypto was decentralization. I thought crypto was a level playing field. Someone decided that it wasn't going to be a level playing field. Someone got that team, and I'm convinced of it. Someone got the carrot dingling in front of them and said, because let us not forget something. The XRP ledger and XRP was created before Ethereum, which means Clayton was around, which means Henman was around, which means the SEC was around. How did they go around Ripple and begin dealing with Joseph Lubin at Ethereum? How did that happen? How did that happen? That's right, 416 Chipper. We need the right ears to hear what we're saying. And I'm telling you, Congress, it may be right now, it may be primarily the Republican side, but Congress is listening. Congress is paying attention. And like I said on this channel before, as I believe personally, me personally, I believe as soon as Congress feels as though that this misstep done by the SEC, this wrongdoing with the Ethereum and the double standard, as soon as it's like that's a slam dunk, it's so obvious you can't ignore it. They're going to get these Congress people and going to get their assistants and their aides to come in and says, if you're the one who helps expose this will look really good to your constituents. Crypto's really popular now. Someone said like 55 million Americans now participating. When that happens, that's slam dunk, right? It starts getting, you don't think they're paying attention to what's going on at Fox Business right now? You don't think they're paying attention? And Gary Gensler's already starting to get heat. He's starting to get heat. Emmer is not going to let him go. McHenry's not going to let him pass. Davison, they're not going to let him pass. What happens if they pick that up? What happens if they say in these congressional hearings, this seems to have been a double standard in reference to Ethereum and XRP? What if they start speaking that? What if they start spouting that out? I'm telling you. It's pretty cool. And that's a big time problem there, is Crypto Kahuna. The SEC is showing blatant disrespect towards the court and still not held accountable yet. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. And not only to the court. What's up with Gary Gensler? Like, yeah, I'm not going to speak on that. I'm not going to speak on a particular token. Oh, I think we're pretty clear. He's got a certain arrogance about him now. Congress is not going to stand for that. Not even the Dems. The Democrats eventually going to get tired of that little holier than thou thing he's got, that Gensler has going on right now. It's just a matter of time. It's coming though. It's just a matter of time. And trust me, I said this on my video earlier today. I firmly believe that Judge Netburn keeps saying Jet. Judge Netburn, she's being this overly patient with the SEC and overly patient with the SEC and overly patient with the SEC. She will get to her wit's end. Promise. It's inevitable. It's inevitable that she's going to come to her wit's end. And I believe once she's done that, she will realize that she's been over the top patient, just like Jeremy Hogan keeps saying. And she's going to be like, you know what? I did my part. I gave them time. I politely asked. A lot of judges don't politely ask for anything. They just demand and order it. She's giving them time, politely ask, and giving them even more time. Eventually, that's going to come to a halt. The SEC they don't even understand it. What's going on, Crypto Wave? Siege, was I supposed to register with Binance to get my Spark token? No, you don't have to register. If your Spark token was there and you're not in the US, you're not in the US, as long as your XRP rather was on Binance, they should have been able to give you your Spark token. It was on exchange. Self-custody, there were other steps. Totally up to the exchange to how they got it out to people though. Totally. All right, let's check. Let's listen to some more of this. With my terrible, it's just this spinning, I'm told, is my laptop's issue. Something with video and the laptop not being able to handle the I don't know if it's the video images, it kind of combining the stream with trying to play other videos. Is something having to do with the laptop. I don't know if it's video rendering. I'm told that it's not the graphics and it's not the memory on this computer. Everything is good in those directions. It's something having to do with video rendering or whatever as to why I'm getting the circle.
Listen, they have not unpacked that for us. And we keep asking, By the way, there's nothing stopping Gary Gensler now, who's this current SEC chair, to go back in time and to ding Ethereum for not registering at first, to build out their network.
That's right.
And by the way, there's nothing stopping Ethereum from calling me and saying, because we've tried, Charlie, here's where you're wrong. Here's why we're different, and they're not doing it. And this sort of silence, the problem with this silence, John and Ellie, my view is, it lends credibility to all the sort of allegations of wicked conflicts of interest. Because then you start looking at, okay, why aren't they doing it? Well, Jay, who I like Jay Clayton a lot, to be honest with you, I've known him. I mean, he works here, that does business with this, which is tied to Ether. The guy that brought the case, one of the head enforcement officials, is doing this. He's, something that ties to Ether. Hinman's got some time. I mean, it's just bizarre. That's
John, from a lawyer's standpoint, would you say that's because they're currently involved in this case with with Ripple versus the SEC, or because you think they might have something to hide?
Well, listen, I think that until they come out, Charlie and you have covered this story very right down the middle. Obviously I'm biased because I represent now 35,000 XRP holders, but it just doesn't make sense. Charlie, for example, in 2019, and Ellie, Coinbase went to the SEC in January 2019 with a memo from a law firm saying XRP is not a security. We're going to list it, right, unless you tell us otherwise. And then they listed it. They didn't say anything. And they listed it, and they didn't say anything. And then that gives credence to Jay Clayton walking out the door, slapping this lawsuit as he walks out the door.
I just want to be real careful here because, Jay's not here to defend himself, and neither is Mr. Hinman or the other guy. I just want to say, these sort of, the smoke doesn't mean there's necessarily fire. Confluence does not equal conspiracies. Things just happen. Right. It could be, just so you know, I mean, I'm just surmising off the top of my head, because I've seen regulation in action, particularly in nascent industries, which crypto and blockchain is, that they literally wanted to put the lid on the expansion of this industry. There were two major players out there, and they really don't want anything more. And then, coincidentally, they all go into private practice. And guess what they do? Well, when lawyers go into private practice, when people leave the Justice Department, they go represent bad guys in front of the Justice Department.
They did their ICO, their initial coin offering.
Is there a statute of limitation on something like that?
Well, you know what, Charlie, in the last bill that got passed just before President Trump left, they expanded the disgorgement statute to 10 years.
So there you go.
There you go.
So they can go back. I mean, I just like to know why. I think we're also assuming that Jay Clayton won't go back. He might go back. Just saying. I mean, I'm not saying he will. I mean, I don't know what's on his agenda. He's got a full agenda of a lot of it's nonsense, but
Legally though, John, can they talk to us?
Of course. I mean, there's no reason for the Ethereum investors in the group. Charlie was talking about what stands out in the Hinman speech. One of the things that stand out for me is when Charlie read when Bill Hinman said, based on my understanding of the current, well, what's the basis for his understanding? Because I believe we've been able to prove that it was the Ethereum investors who lobbied for him. They gave the safe harbor proposal. You have lawyers who wrote that memo who are publicly stated that Bill Hinman followed his memo in the speech. And so those are the things that there's nothing to stop them from coming and answering those questions.
By the way, that speech was pretty crazy in this sense. I can't believe they allowed him to give that speech. If you're gonna start making policy at the friggin' Yahoo conference, I mean, give me an effing break.
So it's some really good stuff there from that video. I apologize for the dead circle thing kind of going on there. But it's some very, very interesting stuff. And the fact, again, these conversations are taking place on mainstream media is really, really, really awesome. It really is. It's really, really, really awesome. So that is kind of, excuse me, a little bit of what's going on with John Deaton, the pit bull, and what he's doing there with this case. And did you guys catch Attorney Jeremy Hogan last night with John Deaton on the Chain Live? That was really outstanding. And the fact that Jeremy Hogan said that after he asked John Deaton a question, he said, and John answered it, kind of going over the which Judge Netburn wrote in granting the amicus. Attorney Hogan believes that it is massive. He used the word humongous. It is humongous that John Deaton is going to be able to do what he's going to be able to do in this Ripple versus SEC case. Thought it was humongous. Because in the end, the SEC makes the claim of investor protection. And yet investors are coming and going after the SEC in court. Not a good look. Not a good look. What's going on, Keyless? Good to see you. This is way too obvious to be a coincidence. Like too many things and connections to be explained away to coincidence. Heck to the no. They, it feels as though they got busted. Now, if they would have just left it alone and not brought the lawsuit, like former commissioner of the SEC, and I believe even former chair, Joseph Grunfest, said, don't bring that lawsuit. Do not, told Jay Clayton, don't do it, man. Don't do it. It's a bad move. Warned them. And yet, and still, he did it anyway. He did it anyway. And then he goes off and goes into private whatever for people that have interest in seeing Ethereum win. It's not a good look. It's just that simple. It's not a good look. Guys, listen, let's go over the strategy real quick. It's called RIPFT for crypto strategies. RIPFT. RIPFT. It stands for recoup your initial investment or recoup investment. Take profit. Free tokens. RIPFT. Romeo, India, Papa, Foxtrot, Tango. Are you guys utilizing the strategy? Now, it is primarily, but not solely, it's primarily for the things that you can kind of get in early. You can get to them before, the pre-launches, these pre-sales, but it can go for anything that you initially get into, you initially put your money into. It can go for anything. It can go for XRP. You can go for XRP. Why can't you if you're an XRP hodler and you've been holding XRP for, what is it? The bear market was at least 3+ years. You've been holding on for XRP for 3, 4, 5 years. Have you got your initial money out? When given the opportunity to recoup your initial investment, will you take it and take profit? The strategy is really simple. Recoup your initial investment. If you put $1,500 into a project, and somewhere between 120 and 200%, take your initial money out and you take profit. Now, you take 20% out if it's a monster like XRP. You take 50 to 70% out if it's a meme coin that might not grab that network adoption. Might not. There's a chance that it might not. You take 80% out of it. Yeah, I'm in early, but this thing ain't gonna last more. Or that type of deal, right? 20 to 80% profit. And then the rest is free tokens. I just did that the other day with HBAR. I did it the other day with SHIB. Pretty simple strat. Now, of course, those SHIB 30%. I took 30%. Took the initial money to buy it, right? So if it was $1,500, took $1,500 out plus 30%, $300. Yeah, and which is a really strange thing because by the time, I kid you not, by the time the transaction completed for 30%, true story, it ended up being 40% because it went up so much in value. Yeah, literally. Right? So with XRP, I don't know how much you put into XRP. At what price point will you be able to get, 100 to 200% of what you put in? And take profit 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80%. And the rest is free tokens. I think now for most of us that have been buying XRP since 2017, 2018, whatever, when it gets back to that all-time high of $3.84, $4, that's going to be the move. Get that initial money. Do you know how much money you put in XRP? Get that, recoup that initial investment, recoup your investment, right? Take additional profit of 20 to 80%, whatever works for you. Free tokens. You realize when you do that, when you take that initial investment out, say it's $1,500, you got your money back, you got free tokens, you got $300 in profit, right? Now, a lot of people, and shout out to my guy, Mike Klingler, who turned me on to the strategy, big time 8-figure earner, turned me on to that kind of strategy, kind of thinking. It just made perfectly good sense for me. You get your $1,500 and you can go on to the next thing if you want. If you want, I take the profit, just stack it away. I just stack the profit away. Just stack it. I don't have to touch it. I don't have to touch it. Still got free tokens, profit. You could do that with Cardano. But you got to know your numbers. You got to know how much money you put in Cardano. Do you know how much money you put in Cardano? How much money you put in Stellar Lumen? Do you know? How can you recoup your investment if you don't know the numbers? You still got free tokens. I'm telling you, it's a great strategy. Think about it. It's something for you to ponder, something to consider. I wouldn't tell you what to do with your money, but I would offer something for you to consider and ponder. Yeah, think about it. I know a lot of us are XRP holders, so that $3 to $4 range. Yeah, it's something, right? $3 to $4, get that initial investment out. That's what I'm thinking. Take the initial, take some profit, 20, obviously it's going to be 20%. 20% of a lot of money put in is a lot of money. And now I still got all that money to do something with. Makes sense, and still have free tokens. That's a way to, I don't know, weather the storm, get to the 3-figure, 3-digit XRP without losing your mind. That's the way to get to 3-digit XRP without losing it all, without losing your mind. That's the way to get the Mrs. or Mr. off your back. You can recoup your initial investment. You can take profit and still have free tokens. If that's you, if you're that, waiting to a 3-digit XRP to do anything, if that's you. Something to ponder, something to consider. Looking good doing it. H-bar is a monster. Indeed it is. Indeed, it is. Free tokens. Like I don't have to do anything more with Hedera. Took my initial money out, took 20% profit. Don't need to do anything. It can do what it do. Come bear market, I may add. Come bear market, may add, may re-up on algo. I rotated algo profits. I rotated ANKR profits. I rotated it into other stuff. I did not recoup initial deals with those. No, that's, yeah, because I still got them. Yep, I still got ANKR. Don't have any more algo. Love the strategy, something to ponder, something to consider. 20% is a lot of money. Yep. And what I do personally, viewers is I put that money, I just put it in an account and just let it grow. Wealth fund. It's the wealth fund. Just let it grow, man. Just let it grow. Just let it grow. You could do whatever you want with the free tokens. At $10, you could take another 20%, 30%, 40%, put it away if you want to, or you could not do anything. It's very interesting. 20% profit. 20%, right? That's what I did. 20%. 20% of what I put in. I take that out as profit, right? Which means your asset has to get to at least 120% to look to recoup your investment, right? It's got to get to at least 120%. Now, some people do 220%. My initial investment has to go to 200% plus the 20%. So it all depends. So then it's 20 to 80%. So it all depends. It all depends. It's an interesting strategy. Some might say, well, that's only really good for pre-sales and pre-sale strategies. Yeah, you got to look at it and see if it only makes sense for a pre-sale. If you're able to do it, if you're not in the US and you can get in on IEOs and IDOs, God bless you. God bless you if you can do it. Something to ponder and consider. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this thing up, man. It's been a really great hangout, guys. I appreciate you hanging out on your Friday. I know you could be doing 10 million other things. You chose to hang out with the Crypto Siege. And I definitely do appreciate each and every one of you. I definitely will see you guys tomorrow. Going to NFL game on Sunday. No college game tomorrow. Got to have pizza night. Get ready to have pizza night with little Miss Crypto Siege and Miss Crypto Siege. Pizza night. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Listen, guys, thank you again so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate each and every one. Thank you so much for smashing the like buttons. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.